A massive turnaround has just shaken up the NFL behind the scenes. And guess what? The Chargers are right in the eye of the storm. This isn't a rumor. It's not speculation. We're talking about a bold decision that could completely change the course of the season and put even more pressure on their rivals. I've had access to behind-the-scenes information and will reveal everything, detail by detail, so you can understand why this move could be a game-changer in Los Angeles. But first, if you carry this lightning bolt proudly on your chest, like it, activate the bell, and get ready, because this story will move you from start to finish. Fans, hold on tight, because the last few hours in Los Angeles have been intense, full of twists and turns and decisions. We're talking about changes to this week's opponent, a devastating injury to the roster, and market movements that could redefine our team's offense. Get ready, because this news will surprise you, and you won't want to miss a single detail of what's happening with the Chargers. The first thing that shook the entire NFL this week was the New York Giants' explosive decision to field rookie Jackson Dart as their starting quarterback. Yes, fans, believe it. The youngster's first official game in the league will be against the undefeated Los Angeles Chargers, and this has already made this matchup one of the most talked about of the season. The atmosphere is one of maximum anticipation, and every detail of this matchup could be decisive for the future of both teams. After turbulent weeks, constant criticism, and a start to the season marked by ups and downs, the Giants' patience with Russell Wilson has reached its end. Coach Brian Daboll, under pressure from fans and the media, decided to take a bold gamble, bet everything on the rookie. The decision was greeted with celebration by fans, who have already dubbed it Dart's Party. But the truth is, no one knows if this is the dawn of a new era in New York or a desperate move to salvage a season that already seemed to be falling apart. And what will the rookie's challenge be? Nothing less than facing one of the NFL's most solid and consistent defenses this early in the year. The Chargers have allowed an average of just 276 yards per game, accumulating 7 sacks and 3 interceptions in the last 3 weeks. The pressure in the pocket is constant, the secondary is sharp, and for a quarterback still adapting to the pace of the league, this will be a life-changing test. The Giants' biggest bet is on the synergy between Dart and another rookie, wide receiver Malik Neighbors, a talent who promises to be the offensive outlet. During games with Wilson, many fans complained that the veteran practically ignored Neighbors, wasting his potential. Now with Dart, the expectation is for an immediate connection, with plays designed specifically to get the ball into the young receiver's hands. If this connection works, it could breathe new life into New York's offense. But be careful. The Chargers are aware of all this and know they can't let Dart gain confidence in the first game. If the defense repeats its performance so far, this matchup could be the end of any hope of a comeback for the Giants. On the other hand, if the rookie surprises and withstands the pressure, we could be facing a story that will generate much more talk in the coming NFL rounds. And it is precisely in this tense atmosphere that an even greater internal concern arises for Chargers fans. As the team prepares to put a stop to the Dart Party, it must deal with devastating news at home related to the ground attack. On Monday, the confirmation no one wanted to hear came. Running back Najee Harris ruptured his Achilles tendon and is out for the rest of the season. This devastating news dropped like a bombshell behind the scenes in Los Angeles. For an offense already trying to adjust to key losses on the offensive line, losing one of its key offensive weapons is undoubtedly a huge blow. Harris had been hired specifically to balance the running game, alleviate pressure on the quarterback, and bring experience to the backfield. Now, all of that is on hold. Coach Jim Harbaugh didn't hide his frustration when announcing the diagnosis, but he also made it clear that he's confident in the future of the position. The chosen one to take over the starting role is rookie Omarion Hampton, a first-round draft pick who now faces a huge responsibility. Harbaugh made a point of praising his competitive mindset and his fearless approach to defensive holes. But he also knows that playing as a regular starter requires consistency week after week. Alongside him is backup Hassan Haskins, a longtime acquaintance of Harbaugh's from his time at Michigan. Haskins knows the system well, has the strength, he's physically fit and disciplined, but he hasn't yet shown consistency in the NFL. He's only carried 59 times in his career, averaging 3.1 yards per attempt. This means the brunt of the burden will inevitably fall on Hampton, and that's precisely where the big question arises. Is the rookie ready to lead an entire backfield on a team fighting for the top spot in the AFC? Aware of the risks, the Chargers management is already working behind the scenes to find quick solutions. With the team undefeated at 3-0, there's no room to leave the offense vulnerable. The name emerging most strongly on the market is Jalen Wright, a running back drafted by the Miami Dolphins who lost ground after the meteoric rise of Ollie Gordon II. Wright has explosiveness, youth, and hasn't yet had the opportunity to showcase his full talent. The internal assessment in Los Angeles is that he could fit perfectly as a rotational piece, helping Hampton and providing depth to the roster. The strategy would be to offer a late 2026 draft pick to the Dolphins, making the trade relatively inexpensive and low risk. It's a smart move that would clearly demonstrate that the Chargers aren't willing to let Harris's absence derail the promising campaign already underway. The message is simple. The team will fight to remain competitive no matter the cost, but anyone who thinks the situation ends there is mistaken. Hampton already showed showed what he's capable of in the win against the Broncos, with solid runs and decisive receptions, proving he can handle a tough fight. Still, the void left by Harris is so large that the front office hasn't ruled out looking to other conferences for a significant reinforcement. Fans can expect busy days ahead, because Los Angeles knows this season has everything it takes to be special, and they won't let such a tough obstacle change that. During the dramatic 23-20 victory over the Denver Broncos, rookie Omarion Hampton showed the world why he was drafted in the first round. On a night of pure excitement, the running back shone brightly, racking up 129 yards from scrimmage and proving he could be the immediate answer to the gaping hole in the backfield. He made aggressive runs, made solid catches, and even made a spectacular 22-yard checkdown on the drive that sealed the Chargers' victory. This final play, in particular, showed rare maturity for a rookie, putting the ball under his arm at a decisive moment. It's no surprise that coach Jim Harbaugh was full of praise after the game, highlighting the young talent's courage, ferocity, and explosiveness. But the numbers also reveal the magnitude of the challenge Hampton faces. His average of 3.4 yards per carry is still far from ideal for sustaining a balanced attack, and that's not solely the rookie's fault. The reality is that the Chargers' offensive line is severely depleted. Left tackle Rashawn Slater is out for the season due to a serious knee injury, while right guard Mekhi Becton has missed several games due to a concussion and an illness that has kept him out of practice. The result is a volatile defensive end that has made life difficult for any running back. Thus, the pressure on Hampton is enormous, carrying the sole responsibility of keeping the running game alive on a team fighting for the top spot in the AFC. And it is in this context that a new name is beginning to emerge on Los Angeles' radar: Craig Reynolds, currently with the Detroit Lions. A running back known for his experience, reliability, and ability to be that quiet, yet extremely effective player when called upon. Reynolds isn't a star, but he's exactly the type of player who could fit perfectly into Harbaugh's scheme, offering security, balance, and relief for Hampton. Speculation within the NFL already suggests that a mere 6th or even 7th round pick in 2026 could be enough to bring Reynolds to Los Angeles. A low price for a player who could provide immediate depth to the roster and prevent Najee Harris's absence from becoming an irreparable hole. For the Lions, it would be an opportunity to gain value in exchange for an athlete who could lose play. For the Chargers, it would be a chance to further strengthen an offense that has already shown potential to be one of the most competitive in the league. Fans, the message is clear. The next few days promise to be intense and full of news for the Chargers. From the dart party in New York, to the search for backfield reinforcements, to the possible arrival of new names in Los Angeles, the team's future is at stake. And here on the channel, you'll follow every detail of this story because this season won't be just another one. It promises to be unforgettable.